Welcome to IELTShelp.com's General IELTS Test Preparation videos. You will now see Amba from Patna, India score an outstanding Band 9 for her performance on the speaking interview. After each part, I will give you an explanation of what she does so well to get this perfect score. For many more video lessons, including original exams and a fully interactive course, visit and join our premium package at IELTShelp.com. Now watch and learn. Welcome to the speaking portion of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test. I'm recording this for clerical and marking purposes. The candidate number is 913758. We are doing this speaking interview in Patna. The local time is 14 o'clock. Now we shall begin. May I see your identification?
Yes, of course. Please allow me a moment to flip to the page with my credentials. Here you are. Please take a look.
What is your full name?
My first name is Amba and my last name is Devi. Please just call me Amba.
Okay, Amba. For part one, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic. Where do you live?
I live in a 3-bedroom apartment in Patna, the capital of the state of Bihar, with my family. I have been living here ever since I can remember.
What do you like to do with your friends?
There are a couple different hobbies that I like doing while hanging out with my friends, like cooking and eating, going out for dancing and listen to music and playing board games. Last week I played a great game of Monopoly with 2 of my close friends.
Let's talk about boats and planes. How often do you go on a boat or a plane?
I seldom go on a boat or a plane, only when I'm traveling. Last time I remember being on a boat was a couple of years ago when I visited Goa with my family.
Which do you like more, boats or planes, and why?
I like being on boats more because I think they are slower paced, way less crowded and much more relaxing than planes. I had a great boating adventure once with my uncle. It is very memorable to me.
Where was the last trip that you took on a plane, and how about on a boat?
I took a flight to Malaysia 3 years ago. I was on the boat in the same year in Goa, and it was a very fun summer.
If you could take a boat anywhere, where would you go?
That's an interesting question. Please allow me a moment. Given a chance, I like to take a cruise around Europe. I mean the Mediterranean. It would be awesome to visit the port cities of Italy, France, and Spain, maybe someday.
How has traveling by plane changed in recent years?
It has changed dramatically. There have been changes in prices, safety, and comfort. The cost of tickets have become much more expensive. There have been some regulations put into place due to social distancing and COVID. And I think the seats have become more smaller.
In part one, Amba displays Band 9 level fluency and coherence. All of the information she shares is clear and comprehensible for the examiner. She does not pause or slow down to think about grammar or vocabulary. She shows Band 9 level lexical resource using a broad range of language features, including idiomatic language and lots of paraphrasing. In addition, her grammatical range and accuracy includes complex and compound sentences. Her pronunciation is about a Band 8. Overall, though, she maintains a Band 9 in part 1. Take a look at these examples. When the examiner asks her about her hobbies at the very beginning, she immediately pays attention to answer with a full complex sentence. She says there are several hobbies that I like doing while hanging out with my friends. And then she even goes one step further to include the example. Last weekend, I played a game of Monopoly with a couple of my friends. This is a complete answer. It has an answer, an explanation, and an example. She uses a subordinating conjunction while to connect her phrases and ideas for improved fluency. It's exactly this caliber of language that earns the Band 9 score. Later on, when the examiner asks her the preference of boats versus planes, she answers very clearly and decisively. She says that she likes boats rather than planes because they are way less crowded and more comfortable. Again, including the example of going on a boating trip with her uncle. It is this type of decisive language and affirmative language that is needed for clear communication. Oftentimes, students will answer by saying, well, I like both, or it depends. This is not a good strategy. For the IELTS, it's better to just choose one side, be decisive, give a good explanation, and then move on to the next question. Also, notice how Amva uses the pronoun I. I like boats more than planes. And in the previous example, she says, I have several hobbies. She doesn't use the pronouns you or people. She realizes that questions in part 1 are about her. So she directs the answers from her own subjective point of view, using I, me, my. This again adds to her level of clarity and coherence for that expert level of English usage. Now, let's take a look at part 2. That is the end of part 1. Now we will continue with part 2. For part 2, I will show you some questions. You will have 1 minute to read these questions. Think about your answers. You have note paper and your pen there in front of you. You can take notes in the 1 minute if you wish. Then you will have 2 minutes to speak. I will tell you when to start, when to stop. Talk about an object that is very important to you. Your 1 minute preparation time begins now. Amma, your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
One of the items that I value most is my Pathani sari, which was gifted to me by my mother on my 18th birthday. It is an incredibly beautiful and expensive Indian traditional dress, costing hundreds of dollars. It is a hand-woven silk sari characterized by rich woven borders with an ornamental gold thread called zari. It has a bright purple, red and blue colors, and with peacock and flowers and vine designs all over it. I absolutely love it. I even cried from joy when I opened it up on my birthday a couple of years back. This article of clothing is very important to me, not because of its uniqueness and glamour, but it has been gifted to me by my mother, and it always reminds me of how much she loves me. I wear this sari on the most special occasions like weddings and birthday. Last time I wore this was on my best friend's wedding 2 years back. I keep this dress in a special airtight clothing bag to keep it away from any kind of harm. If I were to lose it, which is very, very unlikely, I would probably cry a river and have a panic attack. It has so much sentimental value to me. So simply, it is irreplaceable. I would probably buy a new one to replace it, but it would never be the same. And I want to keep it with me as long as I live.
That is the end of part 2. I'll stop you there. Please put the note paper, the questions, and everything to this side. Yes, thank you. In part 2, Amba continues her perfect performance. She answers the cue card completely and clearly, choosing a unique and original idea for her response. She doesn't just simply say that her most important object is a sari, but she says it's a Patvana sari, which she received from her mother on her birthday. She remembers that in order to explain an object clearly for the listener, she must include the origin, the appearance, the function, and the importance. She goes through each of these steps to create that Band 9 coherent structure. To see the rest of this lesson and speaking interview, for lots more videos, practice exams, and interactive courses so that you know what you must do to get that perfect 9, visit and join our premium package at gieltshelp.com. Use the code PERFECT9 for a 20% discount. Click the link in the video description. Good luck the next time you sit your IELTS test. Subscribe to our channel. Click over here. Watch another video? Click right up here. And join our premium package. Click on our hero to practice your speaking, get videos, exams, and an interactive course.